Hello, everybody. Welcome to my show. Today is Monday, July 7th, 2025. Welcome to my show, everybody. And during the July 4th weekend, Friday, I was in here doing some fireworks. So I was in here doing some fireworks, and everything was great. We had a cookout on Friday, and yes, we were having a great time. And I think some of the guys might know about this. 4th of July is special here in North Carolina, especially when we had those who are there living. Had a great time, had the cookouts, had the 4th of July, and no drama, just a good day. Family members come together, hang out together, for real. But then, but when it comes, we have fun 4th of July when tragedy strikes out. And 4 days ago, it was in Texas. Texas, there was flood. There was a worse flood. So real here in Texas, and it was flood here. But man, it has been scary. It has been a sad time together. We been all these bad situations here, the global warming, and yeah, and it went bad here during the 4th of July weekend, and it's bad out there. In Texas, man, we had lots of people lost their lives, including some children, and our thoughts and prayers go out to them. But man, at the same time, this you can't just live in it. And then when you had one of those, when you go to the camp, right? When you go to the camp, and they had these kids up there right at the buses in the camp, and then something just happened. A worst flooding here up there in Texas. Worst flooding in history. This is 2025, and doing it, and boy, the rescue workers, and all the helicopters and the fire departments and the police and everything that goes on, the check on, and everything's okay. We had a lady on top of the tree calling for help. We had we had a person on top of the car calling for help. And boy, since Hurricane Helene of last year in 2024 and early October, not this year up there in Texas. And then we're not talking about the end of the war. We're talking about the global warming. However, and this is all a sad time here during the 4th of July weekend, because we got up to 100 people died and drowned to death. We have 100 people drowned to death. And the families are worried, and the families are crying. So it's sad. It's sad right there. So anyway, we're going to go to check this out, and this is this is the Texas flood victims. This is the worst flooding here up there in Texas. So I know I know you got family. I know you got kids who lost their lives, and it's heartbreaking. This is devastating floods here in Texas history. So now it all started this right here for us. Now it says this now. I just did not know the holiday weekend. And I do know this up there in the river streams, the rivers, and everything that goes up, it just goes wrong. Everything goes wrong here in this world, and you can't have it. And yes, it just, this flood goes way out of control. On Sunday, We had this severe weather up there here in North Carolina. And started in Franklin County, Orange County, where you had this a whole lot of floods up there. A whole lot of floods out there on the water. Damn, it's terrible. Man, what has happened to the people in Texas today? Now, we'll go to Washington Post. Coast Guard rescue swimmers Scott Wilkinson touched down by helicopter Friday afternoon at Camp Mister at the Trenches. Weather in Texas improved just enough to reach the site of devastated and deadly flooding. Cold, wet, scale-changing, breathing out. Raining shoveling mud with no shoes. That's how quickly this flood water rose. They didn't have time to grab shoes, rescuers said in a phone interview. You just carry kids that don't have shoes on. They're covered in mud, and you're trying to get them out of there. Ruskin, at age 26, was partly into a rescue effort after the Colorado River soared by more than 20 feet in less than 2 hours early Friday, killing at least 27 campers and concentrated at Camp Mystic. An all-girls Christian retreat in One Hunt, Texas, across the region. At least 90 people were killed, authorities said Monday, with others still missing, while local authorities dispatched rescue workers to the region. The Coast Guard and Texas National Guard quickly joined the mission, sending military support to flood-affected areas. Texas officials said Sunday at night that the National Guard's Black Hawk helicopters had rescued with 361 people, with 159 more people recovered by ground. Coast Guard officials said on social media that they dispatched the designated orange and white image 65 Dolphin helicopters evacuated 15 people from Camp Mystic and assisting in the rescue of 230 more. Rescuer Oxford, New Jersey, was at the scene of that effort on Friday afternoon and created by Homeland Security Secretary Kristen L. Nolan, organization the rescue of 169 people. He and his team, Aircraft Commander Lieutenant L. Hooper, co-pilot Lieutenant Larry Enjoyer, and flight mechanic Steve Wills was surrounded for the Coast Guard Air Station in Corpus Christi, Texas, more than 200 miles southeast of Camp Mystic. The team was alerted of floating near San Antonio about 6:30 a.m. in the air by 7 a.m. and anticipated a quarter weather so bad as they approached flooding of winds that they lost the road and need temporarily to turn back, Ruskin said. While waiting in San Antonio for the weather to improve enough to fly, the gravity of the situation emerged, Ruskin said. They arrived at Camp Mystic about 2:30 p.m. with the roster watch from the helicopter knocking down accurately targets. The rescue swimmer helped a few people aboard the aircraft and stayed behind to assist other campers who were still sterile. He said he spent more than 3 hours on the ground, he said, organizing others to depart on Black Hawk helicopters. Some of it was simply talking to them and counseling them and trying to make them feel comfortable. Lusker said he was stuck, he said, by the stories of teenage camp consuls, some who would show that they had been forced to toss longer adult campers through doors and windows to escape the regular waters. It was some really hard stuff by those campus consuls, Ruskin said. I really hope they get to recognize they deserve. Ruskin said the mission was for his first case as a rescue swimmer. After he completed training last year, he joined the service after working as an accountant at the financial services from KPMG and said those who trained him warned him repeatedly that his first rescues will not be like anything they trained on him on. And that's kind of the point. The assessment is that everyone is looking for someone to not be a hero, but count them out, get them steered. Westcott said. That's what they need me to be. That's what they need me to be. And that's what count was in this case. So now, Ruskin has said many times, I mean, this could be the bad situation for these people. And they need to be a hero and they need to get them out. And they need to get them out in the flood and they need to get them safe for real. And what he said about this bad situation, that's what they need to be. They want to be the hero and they need to be a hero. Maybe they won't be dying as a hero. They won't be dying as a hero. They won't die like a hero like it used to be. So Westcan did the best they could. His time to save lives, save 165 people. That's why the schooner, he saved 165 people, for sure. That was his goal. So, man, we have seen it all. Now, we have the live updates right now. Here it is. Now, Texas flooding leaves at least 104 dead, including Camp Misty counselors and campers. But man, this is terrible. Now, let's go this one. Now, sisters we died found holding hands after more than a day of searching. Now, the two sisters who died, here's the story about this. And it really breaks everyone's heart. It could break the heart for real. And it feels emotional. Now, it says this. Now, two sisters who died in a catastrophic Texas flooding were found holding hands according to retaliators. Bella and Brooke Halbert, aged 13 and 11, were very calculated with their family in a cancer Bolton cabin community in Punch. When devastated floods tore through the window, their bodies were recovered Saturday, about 15 miles downstream. Jennifer Hebert, the girl's aunt, wrote in a detailed statement on GoFundMe that the sisters' hands were locked together when rescuers found them. Hebert said Bella and Brooke had been staying in a cabin with their grandparents, Mike and Charlotte. The girls' mother and father, Annie and RJ, were walking farther up the hill, away from the river. So I mean, it's kind of bad sometimes. But look, I hate to say this for people that lost their lives. The people, the girls, the two sisters lost their lives in the flooding. Our heart goes out to them. So for all the parents out there, we are the parents of this two girls. Our hearts goes out to them. Our hearts goes out to you and your husband, your wife and your mother and your father. Our hearts goes out to them. We are so sorry for the loss of those two sisters. Now, let's go to this now. 100 deaths confirmed as search and rescue efforts continue. Now, at least 104 people have been killed across 6 countries. I mean, let me say this again. At least 104 people have been killed across 6 counties as a result of the devastated floods. The major 84 were killed in Cobb County, officials said, 56 adults and 28 children. Can't miss that. A 99-year-old Christian summer camp for girls in Carroll County has said that it was reasoning the loss of 27 campers and counselors. 7 people were killed in Travis County, 4 in Burnett County, and 6 in Kendrick County. 2 people were killed in Wilson County, and 1 person was killed in Tom Green County. Search and rescue missions continue. As the water arose, everyone was looking for somewhere to go. Says this for this time, it just makes everyone sad. Ventura Squirrel was staying at the hotel near the Galapagos River when severe flooding struck. Everyone was told to leave the hotel and get to safety, she said. But there was a little luck as they all tried to get out by vehicle. There were only 2 exits, and everyone was trying to get out. Everyone is trying to go to the same place, and nobody can go anywhere, she said. The traffic was at a standstill, and the way out was unpassable because of the water. So she got out her vehicle and began walking in the rising water, desperate for somewhere safe. And she said, as you're walking, the water is just getting hollower and hollower. She kept plunging through the water, which was as high as her chest. When she saw a 2-story house nearby, she heard screaming and found help. People who were gathering there threw sheets down to scare her. We have help climbing up to safety. Everyone was looking for somewhere to go. That's what she said. Ted Cruz's office said he left family vacation in Williams and returned to Texas shortly after news was of deadly flooding. Senator Ted Cruz's office today issued a statement laying out a timeline of his out-of-state travels after a news report said Cruz or Texas spotting winds a day after flooding in his state killed dozens of people. The senator was already in the middle of planning family vacation travel overseas when the flooding occurred on July 4th. Cruz's office said, following an article published by the Daily Beast. Statement added that Cruz spoke by phone with Trump and several Texas officials within hours of the flooding and that he would have spoken and flight back home. Given the time difference, he left entrance on Sunday morning and was back in Texas that night, and he was in Kerrville on the ground early Monday morning, his office said. Cruz was at the news conference this morning with Texas officials. In 2021, Cruz came under interest security after he and his family left Texas on vacation during a historic windstorm that devastated the state. He later said his deportation for Cancun in Mexico was absolutely a mistake. White House said it's not the administration's fault that the flood hit where it did. The White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, pushed back against questions about why flood alerts were issued, while people were likely sleeping in what the administration is doing to ensure alerts go out early. Leavitt noted that the National Rail Service issued escalation warnings regardless the weather forecast those days as information came in. She said there were tiny flash flood alerts, including a flood watch in the afternoon and evening, and tiny flash flood alerts at night. So people were sleeping in the middle of the night when the flash. So people were sleeping in the middle of the night when this flood came. That was the act of God. Rivers said, it's not the administration's fault that the flood hit where it did, but there were only custodial ones. So look, I mean, it's, I know it's kind of strange, but people have to wake up and go all the way back real fast. Maybe they would, maybe it wouldn't, it wouldn't go so bad, but right now it did. 100% severe. And it's scary, and it's the dangerous Rattle Hill, dangerous flood, dangerous to everybody, dangerous for all the people. And we got 104 people killed. So whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Was it was it everybody's fault? Was it someone else's fault here? Were they in the camp? Maybe they should go all the way down and maybe they should return to their families. For some reason it just did not help to everybody. Our thoughts go out to to the people and the children. Our thoughts go out to the families. Hearts goes out. The hearts are broken. And we had people killed, uh, people getting drowned, including some children. And it's really, really bad out there. We're going to have an update for tomorrow. I'm going to continue to show the update for tomorrow. Well, tune in. I'm Joseph Crude. Hope you had a great time and God be with them. Have a blessed day.